Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another review of The Mandalorian,
Mm,
episode number 2, The Mines
yes,
of Mandalore. And IMDb gave it an 8.6. I don't know. I don't understand
that's
this.
that's high. That is high.
I don't understand the 8.6. Let me
That
see
is
here. Wait a minute.
high.
Um, yeah, almost like 53,000 reviews.
That's
But
a lot of people, but that's
yeah,
high. That is
that's a lot of
high.
people. I don't know about this, man. Last week I was saying I hope this show isn't a journey, a
Mm.
redemption of him trying to become a Mandalorian again. But
Yeah, I don't want to see that. Cause
but it
we
already
did that
happened.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already doing it now, but we seen that already from the first two seasons. When he's getting his armor, he's doing a redemption thing and working with the other guys and whatever. But
Mhm.
I I don't I don't care about that. This
Yeah.
guy is supposed to be a bounty hunter and he doesn't do any bounty hunting. This is annoying to me. Like, why'd you introduce him as a bounty hunter if he's not going to do that anymore? Like, it's not like he had a change of heart. It's like, I don't, bounty hunting's wrong. I don't want to do that anymore. He just stopped doing it.
You just stop. You listen.
He didn't give a good reason why he stopped. Like, give
Don't
me the good
yeah, I
reason.
don't know exactly why he stopped, just being a bounty hunter. I don't know, but so this episode was a little interesting and weird in the
Mm.
same breath because it was based on him going to the mines and finding
He's
this
taking a
water,
bath.
taking a bath, basically, right?
Yeah.
And he got there. I mean, it was there. I mean, I guess that sort
Mm.
of production of the civic center and all that other stuff at Mandalore, which is completely destroyed. That looked pretty good.
Mm.
The way they had to jump down to get to, the city and everything, that was pretty cool. But I mean, it
Did you
was just
find this
him.
episode kind of dark? Like, it's hard to see stuff sometimes.
Um, okay, so I did in the beginning, but then I turned all of my lights off and just had the TV on, and I was like, okay, now I'm able to see stuff, because
Yeah,
they
I
were in
had
the
to do
caves
that
and
too.
everything. Yeah. It
But
was
I'm like, I did. That's not intentional. Like, I shouldn't have to turn everything off my
yeah,
TV
but
or
it's
behind
like
me to be.
I'm like,
I
yeah,
turned the
but
brightness up. I turned saturation down. I was like, okay, I can finally see what's going on here. That was very dark. It was,
yeah,
yeah,
well, dark in color, not dark in like, the storyline.
yes,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Visually, it was hard to see things,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
especially when he
So,
got captured by the robot thing, whatever that was.
yeah, so what was that like a spider? I mean, what
I
was
don't know.
that, you know?
It's like a
I'm
half
just like,
android, half
yeah.
monster thing that's just a head now. That I don't go. Okay, why would you get captured? Like, they never even got into detail of what is that thing? Why is it there?
And
What's it
what
for?
was
They
the
just
eye all about? Because there was one eye. You saw it? There was one
yeah.
eye. And it's just like, well, who is that? What is that?
Well, this goes back to the first episode when they had the alligator thing the space alligator. Like,
Yeah.
what was it there for? What was you doing? Like, it's just let's put this plot thing there so that you can have an adventure and you can have a shootout or whatever. Like, it wasn't there for a good reason. It was just there. I don't know. Like, it's move plot forward device rather. It's like a MacGuffin
Yeah.
rather than like a good thing. Like, he didn't explain what it was, why it's down there, what it's doing. Is it hunting them, or why is it still hunting them? If the plant's destroyed, how long were you down there for, expecting something to come along? Like, they got lots of questions about that. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing down there? It was basically like a spider under sand, just chilling for like a decade, 20 years. Like, how long were you down there for? What
Yeah.
were you expecting to see?
And the other thing is this spider or whatever it was, right? Apparently
Mhm.
it was there killing other, you know, people who were trying to redeem themselves to become a Mandalorian because you saw like all those
Yeah, there's
helmets
another
there.
helmet there.
Right.
Wait, was
Uh-huh.
that a trap? Like, they just found the helmet and just put that down there as a trap? Like, what was it there for?
Uh,
It
uh,
feels like it was a trap.
a lot of times we get these shows and there are little holes in these shows. Like, what does that mean? Well, how did you get there? Tell me, and it's just like no one wants to say anything. So it's just like, where are
Hey,
the helmets? How did the helmets get there? What's this spider all about? Yada, yada, yada. The droid or whatever was extremely easy to kill.
Mhm. Yeah, like, Mando getting trapped like that, bro, you knew it was dangerous, like, you don't catch your head in the swivel, like, what are you doing? I
Right.
don't understand that. That's kinda odd to me that he fell for that so easily rather than you the second you got into the cave, you had to kill, like, six of those monster cave things,
Whatever
right?
they were, yeah.
Whatever they were. Instantly from then on out, I got sonar out, I'm checking for heat signatures, and I got my head in the swivel, I got the sword out and my gun, and I'm looking. That's
Yeah.
the first thing I would be doing from then on out. I would not be like, "Oh, let me pick this thing up. Oh no, I'm in a trap. Grogu, save me!" Like, what are we doing here,
Yeah, that's
bro?
and the other weird thing was, so when this spider
Mm,
droid, took Mando, and it also removed its weapons. And then when
mm,
Bo-Katan came, she actually picked up the black saber, right? So
yeah,
there I was like, when I saw that, I was like, because she wanted the black saber. Remember her I guess she comes from royalty. Her father ruled Mandalore and everything
yeah. But
else.
you gotta. She said you gotta win it in battle against
Yeah.
another opponent, so you can't just pick
So
it up and take it.
she did use it, but she gave it right back to,
Hmm.
Mando. So I guess everything is fine. But it was some really
Yeah.
it was some weird things like, okay, I'm gonna give you a quick story. I went to this community center and I went to their Olympic
Hmm.
size pool. But the
Hmm.
pool, I couldn't see the bottom of it, right? And
Oh, is that
if
deep?
well, no, it was that dark.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was, I mean, and I was like, well, if I can't see the bottom of a pool, I'm not going in it.
Fair enough.
Mando,
Fair enough.
Mando, what he did was he walked into the water in 3 steps. If I knew I was on solid ground, I would have stopped right there.
Mm,
He continued walking and went down a crevice or whatever it was, all the way down, just all the way down to the
mm.
bottom. And that's when Bo Katan had to come in. I was like, why would he do that?
He seemed pretty useless this entire episode. Like,
Yeah.
you're a trained assassin bounty hunter. Like, bro, you're not prepared for nothing. Like, I I don't like. Okay, when I'm watching these shows, I hate incompetent people. It bothers me more than anything else. Like, I like to see the star of my show, be competent and resourceful.
Excuse me.
I like that. Now there's gonna be times when someone needs to help you out or whatever, whatever. But
Mhm.
like you gotta be competent and resourceful, and you don't have to be a badass every day. But like, bro, he slipped on a banana peel this entire episode. Like everything he did, he slipped on a banana peel.
I mean,
Like,
come
bro,
on.
what are you doing?
And the other thing is, if he was trying to become a Mandalore, right? A Mandalorian,
Mm,
I'm sorry.
get back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, in the first season, bubbling up on his armor and everything else. If he knew
Mm.
that's what he wanted to do, why did he take off his helmet in the first place?
It's a good question.
I mean,
I
you
don't
want to
know.
be a Mandalorian, so this is the way. You can't take the helmet off ever. Why
Also,
did he
you wouldn't
do
take
it?
on Grogu because that's not good for your cause there.
Yeah,
He can't have Grogu, Baby Yoda, and still be a Mandalorian and do all his job, whatever he's supposed to do in the sect.
yeah.
You can't do those two things. You gotta pick one or the other. So what's
Mhm,
the point of trying to get back into it? As long as you have this guy, you can't. You
yeah,
can't. You can't join that.
yeah. So, and the other thing is this, because Bo Katan was also in the water as well. So
Yeah.
she never wears a helmet, right? So does that also mean that she can now be redeemed and become a Mandalorian again?
Well, she don't believe in that stuff anyway. Because like
Right,
the
but
people who
what if
wear the
she
helmet
wanted
all the
to
time
though?
is a
You
weird
know?
sect, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just saying, but they're like she's calling those guys the crazy people, and she's making fun of them for doing the helmet stuff. For like, yo, what do you guys? You guys are lunatics. You're not doing it for anything. It's a silly superstition.
Right.
So like, yeah, I don't think she wants to be part of. I don't know. Maybe they take it down that road, and she wants to join up with them, so she gets to get another army. I don't know what she's trying to do, but like, it seems plausible that John Favreau would make that integral to the storyline just to make this thing move along.
Yeah.
Because she has nothing to do. She's just sitting in the castle.
That's
on the
it.
throne,
With the
playing
droid, that's it.
Monopoly by herself. Like,
Exactly, yeah. It's like, come on. You know, the star of episode number 2 was Grogu, period.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yes.
Grogu was like Mando was in trouble. Like,
Mhm.
go talk to Bo-Katan. Grogu got in the ship and bounced.
Yeah. He was very resourceful. I like
Yeah,
that. Like, see, that's the thing. I said we were talking about this offline. Like, I like people who are resourceful and useful.
yeah.
So before that, he was a liability. He was just sitting in his like carriage or whatever that thing is,
Mhm.
his space stroller. He
Yeah.
was sitting in that causing trouble. And then now he's like, yo, I'm useful. He's
Yeah,
using the force. He's pointing out there's enemies behind this rock. He's doing things that was useful. He went and got help when he needed it. I'm like, you can bring this guy an adventure now. He can do stuff.
yeah,
It's like it's like a little kid when he turns like 7. Like, all right, we can go to the mall now. You're not gonna
right.
cause me any trouble.
Yeah. This is Grogu is his like right hand man now. And like again, he was in his
Mhm,
little like, space carriage. He was able to like control that thing. I had no idea it was like that fast,
mhm,
you know, and he just got up out of there. He was in danger.
mhm,
Mando said, hey, get up out of here, go get Bo Katan. He did that.
mhm.
And he came back. He was using his force. He was using his smarts. I mean, he was the star of the show. He was.
Yeah, absolutely. It's better that I like that he's useful now. So when you do
Yeah.
stuff, he's not just wasting time. He's like a damsel every 5 seconds. Yeah, save him because
Right.
that's annoying. That's really annoying.
And then
Especially like he's like 50 years old. How old is he at this point?
a buck 50, I don't know, man. I don't know. 200 years old? I'm not even sure. Um,
Yoda's people old. They age slow, so I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know what that thing is.
So he could be 2.5 years old.
I guess. No, he said he's like he said he's like 50 years old. I think in one of the first
Wow.
episodes.
Okay. Wow.
So because
Well, at least
Yoda
he
was like
doesn't.
800 or something, he said
Oh my goodness.
700
Yeah.
years old.
At least he doesn't have any gray hairs, though. That's pretty good. You know. So I'm not quite sure about this episode because
Mhm.
for me, the episode it wasn't great. It wasn't a great
Nothing.
episode.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
As far
You
as
know,
far as we know, watching the show, nothing happened.
nothing happened.
Maybe this is a huge plot point that he took a bath. Okay, great. But like, as far as entertainment value goes,
Yeah.
nothing happened.
I'm
He
not quite
what
sure where the 8.6 comes from in terms of IMDb. I don't
that's
know about that.
padded Baby Yoda stats right there.
Yeah,
There's
that's
like an extra
probably
5 points for Baby Yoda.
yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah,
take Baby
probably
Yoda
so.
out of the episode, though, how much happened? He went to
Nothing,
a
dude.
planet. The droid got trapped. He got the droid out, and then he took a bath and he went home.
Basically, yeah, he went
All
back to the
right.
old like I guess the garage where the woman like, basically is and he wanted the chip and she was like, "Hey, you know what? Just get a new droid. You can't find this chip. It's not available."
We need to say something. That lady is the most annoying space character I've ever seen in
Oh
my
my
life.
goodness.
I would throw her up there with Jar Jar Binks as annoying level for Star Wars. She's high on the scale of annoying. Her jokes are not funny.
No.
Every time I see her, I roll my eyes like, what are we doing here again? That's the only person you know in the whole galaxy that can fix droids. Come on, bro.
No.
Like, stop it.
But I will say
It's
this, I can't
dumb.
remember her name off the top of my head, but she had a
It's like Andy
Netflix.
Circus.
Yeah, she
Is it
had a
Andy
Netflix
Circus
show,
like that?
dude. It was off the chain. It was like a sitcom. It was
Yeah,
off the chain.
she's funny. I've seen her in a bunch
Yeah.
of other stuff.
Mhm.
As a Star Wars character,
No.
too much too much laugh track and
Yeah.
slapstick hijinks and no, stop it. Like stop.
In my Star Trek review of Picard, they
Mhm,
introduced a villain, Captain Vatic, and she's one of those
mhm.
annoying villains where
Yeah, it's
she's
over the
laughing
top.
people
Yeah.
over the top, and it's just like you see a lot of villains like that in MCU, just annoying
It's
characters or
dumb.
villains who,
Yeah.
just laughing because people are dying, this, that, and the other. And it's just like, well,
Mhm.
why is this funny, But you
Yeah, yeah.
also know with those villains who are super annoying, what's going to happen to them in the end. You do know
Yeah,
that.
it's obvious that they're gonna get their demise and everyone's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Yeah, we did it." Like, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
What do you let's wrap this up, man, because this I don't know about this episode.
Nothing happened, right? Nothing
Nothing
happened.
happened. What are you going to rate episode number 2 of The Mandalorian, The Mines of Mandalore?
I give this a 3. A solid 3.
You know
I
what?
like this. I like the Mandalorian, right? I do
Yeah.
like the Mandalorian. The character. I like the universe. I love Star Wars. I've seen the movies a billion times. This episode, nothing happened. This season, nothing's happened.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
fair.
kind of like, meh.
Yeah. I'm going to keep my my fives going. I'm going to give it a 5. Um
Fair enough.
this is you know what's so weird about this show is it's it's not moving higher, it's
Mm.
going lower, it's almost like they're running out of gas or something. It's just like
It's like the highlight of this was Luke
what
coming
is
in there
going
last
on with this
season.
show because the first episode was the second
Hmm.
episode was what's this all about?
Hmm.
So
They gotta. They would. Like one episode in this season, they're gonna dump all the money into it for the whole season. And
yeah,
whatever that episode is, this thing better be good.
well,
You got a
they
lot
may
of
lose me
redeeming to
there.
do.
They may lose me there
Yeah.
because I don't like it when, when
They're gonna
shows
dump
like
a bunch of money into one episode.
yeah, so
100%. They always do it.
but we kind of know what's going to happen next episode. It's going to be the ceremony of becoming being redeemed. So who knows?
He's
That
gonna
could
go
take
back
like
to
30
that.
minutes of
They're gonna go back to the other planet and like, yeah, we were there. Like,
exactly.
we got proof.
His proof
All
is
right.
Bo-Katan. She was there like, yes, I took him out of the water. I'm giving it a 5 because the only reason I'm giving it a 5 is because of
Mhm,
Grogu. That's it.
mhm.
Everything else around, and maybe Katie Sackhoff, that's my girl. But other than
Shout
that,
out to Kate Sackhoff.
forget about it.
Everybody loves Kate Sackhoff, y'all.
Nothing else in this episode was interesting. Only Grogu and Bo-Katan. So I'm giving it a 5. Keo gave it a 5. I'm sorry, Keo
I
gave
give
it
it
a
3.
3. Yeah. I'm giving it a 5. Keo gave it a 3. This was for me
Yeah.
not a great episode. And I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical of like where the show may go from this point forward. What do you think?
They gotta do better.
They
I
got to
don't
do
I
better.
d Here's the thing, right? When you're watching these shows, you're supposed to know what the overall point of it is.
Yeah.
We don't know what he's doing. He's aimlessly going around the galaxy,
I don't know.
completing tasks. Like, what's the purpose of the Mandalorian show now?
Yeah.
Like, he did his thing, like, when he initially got Baby Yoda, they're like, okay, he's on a hero's journey. He's gonna redeem himself. He's gonna get this kid over to Luke Skywalker, and he's gonna be trained by the Jedi's. He did that, and now he's just hanging around aimless. Like you complete the mission, like the end of the video game, and now you're just roaming on the streets, just collecting extra coin.
You
You did
said
everything you're
something
supposed to do.
you said something last week. You said this feels like Quest, right?
Hmm.
When I was watching this episode, it kind of reminded me of like a strategy game, right?
Hmm.
Where like some of these strategies like Quest, or where you have a storyline with the video
Hmm.
game, you have to do things to move forward, yada yada yada. There's nothing really going
Hmm.
on. I was like, and I just kept saying throughout the entire 44 minutes, this feels like a video game.
Yeah, it feels like he needs to go, like he's looking around for a key or something to open a door,
Right,
and then the rest of the game can start. Like
right.
that's like he's hovering around waiting for
Exactly. It
something.
feels like a video game, man. Again, I gave it a
Trash.
5. Keo gave it a 3. This episode was
Mhm.
terrible, I think. And we'll see what happens with episode number 3. So, yeah, there you have it.
Like we'll see. It got to get better than this. Like, come
let's
on, man.
let's hope.
I don't
Let's
know.
hope. Well, there you have
Yeah,
it. Another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I'm DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.